Hey guys, Tanessa here. We are doing something a little off the usual today. We're talking all about the third trimester of my pregnancy. We are due in 2 days. I can't even believe it. The due date is here. She might be late, she might come early, but I can't even believe that all of this time has passed and we've been getting ready and the nursery's done and we are ready to rock and roll and welcome this baby into the world, hopefully sometime over the next week. So what I'm going to be going through today is just giving you a little bit of an update on what the third trimester has been like, what my symptoms have been like, what I'm eating, what my exercise is like, some of the funny things that have happened along the way, and I'm really excited to bring you guys along on this journey. This has been such a fun pregnancy, and I can't wait to share just some of what like the last 12 weeks have been like. It's the home stretch. It's supposed to be the hard trimester where everything, you know, feels a bit heavier and a bit slower, and while it has, I've been working intentionally on staying really positive through it and really enjoying it. So let's get started. I want to start off with just telling you one of the weirdest things that I've noticed has happened. So we are officially 39 weeks and 5 days at this point, meaning I'm due on Saturday, February 1st. No sign of baby yet so far, but one of the greatest things I've noticed so far is that for some reason, all of my shirts sit up here above my bump. So what basically that means is if I'm wearing a sweater or a hoodie or I have a tank top on, for some reason they all sit up here all the time and I can always see the shirt underneath or my belly exposed, and I don't even know how this happens, which is the best part about it. I just look down and my shirt has worked its way up. So I can't tell if it's just because nothing fits me anymore or because I naturally just playing with my tummy all the time, but I've gotten away with buying next to no maternity clothes, and I think that's truly because most of my work has always been done in the gym and I haven't really had to buy anything. So what I've bought is I bought just a general oversized sweater because it's just nice to have something warm to throw on all the time. That's my Mickey Mouse sweater and I wear it all the time. And I've bought 2 pairs of maternity jeans from H&M and they were only like $30 or $35 each. They are amazing. I absolutely love them. And I bought 1 pair of maternity leggings. But otherwise than that, besides those 4 things, everything I originally had still fits. And I mean, obviously tank tops and stuff like this fits, and I have bought a couple sports bras along the way, but everything fits for the most part. So I've gotten away with that, and I think that's because I don't have a traditional job where I have to wear, you know, fancy dress clothes and fitted tops with buttons and stuff like that. Everything I generally wear is pretty stretchy, so I've been able to get away with a lot of the same clothes. So I have a list of stuff here I want to chat with you guys about. Yeah, so I talked to you guys about the shirt being up all the time. The other thing that I find is really funny is we were sent for an ultrasound at 36 weeks. So that was about 3 weeks ago. Actually, it would have been 3 weeks ago today. And they were checking, and the ultrasound tech I found was getting a bit of a giggle. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, your baby has a lot of hair. I was like, what do you mean a lot of hair? She's like, look. So on the ultrasound, when she zoomed in on her head, you could see all of her hair in the ultrasound. She's like, all of this is hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, she has so much hair that you can see it in the ultrasound. And then I started giggling and her hair started going like this in the actual ultrasound. And so now I'm laughing and her hair is doing like this. And we were just giggling that her hair was flowing in the fluid. So now I know, it's just this, I get this great image that every time I'm laughing or I'm giggling, that baby's hair is just like, woo! So I'm actually super excited to see when she comes out how much hair she has, because if you're able to see it on an ultrasound, I can't even imagine. Maybe she'll have a full luscious head of dark brown or black hair. I mean, my husband is Filipino, so I'm hoping that she has some beautiful, dark, silky, smooth hair. So it's been kind of fun always thinking every time I laugh that, you know, I'm causing her hair to float around, because my mom said when I used to lay down in the bathtub when I was a little girl, I used to lay down on my back and let my hair flow all like this, and I used to stroke my hair and say that it was smooth like a tiger. So I kind of just, it makes me smile to think that my little girl is doing that already. So she's got the long flowing hair, which is fantastic. But let's jump into third trimester symptoms. It has been different. The first trimester was just about like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I felt like I've been hit by a truck. Second trimester, I was on fire. I was building cribs. I was building dressers. I was building closets. I was painting. And I had all of this energy, and I was totally expecting to hit a wall at third trimester because everyone says, well, that's gone. It didn't happen. I still have all of my energy throughout, and I'm so thankful for that because I've been getting a lot done. I've been nesting, and washing baby clothes alone took a whole day because it took, I think, 4 loads by the time you get in all the blankets and the sheets and the clothes and everything like that and get everything put away. But my energy has been really good until I hit last week, so week 39. And the reason that was such a struggle is because I think my body's like, okay, girl, it is time to get ready for labor. So I will have like an 8-hour sleep at night, and I can tell because I'm always using my Fitbit to track my sleep and the quality of my sleep. And I'll get 8 hours, and I'll wake up, and I'll do my hair, I'll put some mascara on, and then I'll go for a nap. So I've been having like a 20-minute nap as soon as I get ready every single day. But I've also been having an hour nap in the afternoon. So on average, I'm sleeping about 9 to 10 hours a day right now, usually split up into an hour or 2 in the afternoon and then at night. But then again, you have nights like last night. I've been up since 3:30 this morning. I think that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you're up at different times all the time. But basically, since about week 16, I've been experiencing just a lot of pelvic pain and pressure. So I haven't actually been formally told that this is what happened, but my pelvic joint, specifically my pubic joint, has been on fire since about week 16. So we're going on about 5-6 months of this, and it's gotten to the point where I can't walk more than about 1,000 steps at a time. I can't do leg exercises. Walking is out, running is out, ellipticals out, anything is out. So it's been making moving around quite difficult. I have to make sure that if we're going grocery shopping, I have to plan to be a little more sore the next day because it's usually like 2,000 to 3,000 steps when I go grocery shopping. So that's definitely been slowing me down, and that's something that I think is unique to my pregnancy because I haven't heard a lot of other people tell me about that amount of pain that early on, and it generally has gotten worse as we've gone along, but it's totally manageable because I didn't get morning sickness and I've been generally feeling really good. So aside from that, there's not a lot going on right now. Went up another bra size about 2 weeks ago, which is totally to be expected. As my body gets ready, need help putting my shoes on, which has been happening for a little while now, and I can definitely say I'm taking advantage of it a little more, but I can't zip my boots up, so if I have like the zipper up the inside of the boot, I can't reach the bottom, so I'm having to get my husband to help me all the time. Definitely waddling now. That started about 5 weeks ago, where I even try sometimes. We joke around, my husband and I, like try to walk without a waddle. Doesn't happen anymore. I need to go side to side like this to get some momentum going. At the nighttime, it's a little bit of back tightness, a little bit acid reflux here and there, but for the most part, like I feel like this has been such a good pregnancy, and a lot of it is because of the decision my husband and I made right when we found out we were pregnant. This is going to be so fun. So there are nights like last night and why we were up at 3:30 when all of my muscles are in spasm and in my back, and my uterus is contracting on all over the place, and my back hurts and my legs hurt, but we just like to go through those moments and then remind ourselves that this is fun. This is all fun. We signed up for all of this, and I think that's why I've had such a good time. Is I refuse to sink into the I am so tired, I can't do this, my body hurts, because I could just as easily go there, because that is my reality. I mean, I am tired a lot of the time. I am sore a lot of the time, but I choose to look at it as like, how exciting is this? Look at all the little pink things. This is so much fun. That pain must be because she's moving around, and that has really, really helped make this pregnancy what I call a really easy pregnancy, and I choose to label it as that because I've just enjoyed myself so much. I'm still at work. I still go to work and train my clients, and I'm doing boot camp still, so I'm keeping really active. So I think that's really helping. Braxton Hicks contractions, that's going on right now, and we're ending this trimester. We're up anywhere between 32 and 34 pounds from my starting weight. And I was shocked to learn that you gain up to 4 pounds of blood while you're pregnant, and 4 pounds of random other fluid, and then there's the baby. And I couldn't believe how much of that is, and I'm definitely seeing, some of the puffiness you know, in my face and my arms and all that kind of stuff like that, but that's totally normal. And I'm, you know, happy. We came in at just at 32, 34 pounds up. So that's gonna be, I think, a nice manageable way to enter motherhood. And especially, you know, if we can start to lose some of the bloat that's come with just all the water retention that I can see like in my face and stuff like that, but it makes my face look a lot more round. It's always fun looking back on old photos and being like, oh my gosh, I don't even look like that anymore. But that's as far as what symptoms are going. Emotion-wise, third trimester has been the most stable, meaning that I haven't had as many crying over random things, or like I haven't cried over a can of beans being thrown out in a while, which happened in my, I think it was my second trimester, my first trimester. Really, for the most part, stable. One of the most beautiful things is, if you've been following along for a while, I have suffered, you know, through my life from anxiety, but for some reason becoming pregnant, that has gone away. And that was a really big gift. I mean, to not experience anxiety over the last 9 months has been such a wonderful exhale. And I'm taking everything I'm learning from what it is like to live from this place where I don't feel anxious all the time. And I'm going to take that lesson as much as I can into motherhood that's coming up too. But been feeling really good, and this weird thing happens. Like, I was really confident about going into labor, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine, it's gonna be great. All the way up until about week 32. Week 32, my brain started freaking out, being like, oh my gosh, this is gonna hurt. It's the weirdest thing, knowing that you're going intentionally into what could be, for some people, some of the most painful events of their life. And it's such a weird thing standing on this side of it, being like, I am going in that and there's no way out. Like, you have to go through it. But then this weird thing happened. I hit week 39 and I'm like, okay, I am really over the back cramps right now. I'm over the waddling. I'm over all of it. Like, the fear just completely evaporated and I am ready. Like, I'm like, how can I wear a sports bra into this labor? How can I treat it like a workout? Like, I know it's totally going to be an experience that I'm going to not be able to plan or know anything about. And I just have to go through it. But I'm ready now. I am really ready to just get to the other side of this and meet her. And I just keep picturing that moment when my husband and I walk in the front door and we have her in the car seat. We're coming home, and I can just imagine right now just putting her on the floor and being like, what do we do now? Do we just leave her to sleep? We put her in the bassinet? Like, do I feed her? Like, what do you do now? Like, there's another human in the world and she's our responsibility. Like, what is that moment like when you bring a baby home for the first time? Like, if you've had kids, what did you do? Like, I'm so excited to see what that moment is going to be like when we just have that moment of like, we're home, this is our family, here we go, next chapter of our life. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm imagining I'll cry and it'll be an emotional mess and all of the fun things that come with the after labor part. But that's the moment I'm really looking forward to, is, you know, just that, here it is. This is where our family starts. This moment, we walked in the door, the three of us, for the first time. And it's, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. But for the most part, besides that, emotions have been stable, except the fact that we've started watching Grey's Anatomy. We are almost done season 3, and there are a lot of pregnant women in that show, and there is a lot of babies being delivered, and I cry at, I'd say, at least 50% of the episodes. Some of them aren't even sad, and I'm crying anyways, but I find that that's what's getting me most right now. A lot of sappy crying. Like, I was sitting there the other day and I wrote a post on it thinking about like, I just really want to remember this moment right now about what it's like to just be my husband and I, and what it feels like to have all this time at our discretion and just be able to be with each other, and our Saturdays just flow, and we operate on our schedule, and we get our sleeping, and like what made us fall in love before we were a family and before we had kids. And like, I'm really trying to spend this week memorizing what it's like, because I can imagine in 10 and 20 years from now, when we have kids and our life is totally different than it is right now, I want to remember what made us such an amazing couple before, and use that to walk into our new version of us, which we are parents. So it's going to be kind of exciting, but a lot of stuff like that's been making me tear up. But besides that, emotions are good. Food-wise, still on the beige diet. I think I have a theory, and it's because when my body ate so well beforehand, when you eat a lot of salads and healthy foods, and your diet is all whole foods that are generally not a lot of calories in them, I think my body was like, we need to make up for lost time. here's what you are not gonna eat for another 9 months. Are you ready? Anything green, anything healthy. And it was a really hard identity shift to make at the beginning. I'm like, who am I without my salads? But I just listened to my body and I understood that maybe we need more calories right now. And this is what's been happening. So it's beige diet. It's eggs, it's oatmeal, it's bagels, it's English muffins, it's chicken. Used to be chicken, not anymore. I almost keeled over at Costco the other day. Somebody put one of those rotisserie chickens on the belt in front of me and I was like, oh my God, get it away, get it. So chickens or no, I don't want to see a chicken breast. I don't want to see a chicken thigh. None of it. I don't want to have any of it. It's just chicken is so off-putting right now. So chicken and vegetables are what I ate 90% of the time before. I think it's the universe laughing at me, having to find all these other options. But aside from that, the foods that I've been craving the most it's the weirdest thing. Grapefruit juice. I know that juice is just sugar and there's no nutritional value in it, but it's all my body wants. And I think it's because I probably still need to be taking in more calories, because when you have really bad acid reflux because the baby was so high up, the last thing I wanted to do is eat very big meals. So I was eating really tiny and it was probably just not enough food, and my brain and my body on some level knows that juice is really high calorie. So it's also a lot of sugar. So we have been probably having a little too much grapefruit juice, but it has been so good. We have had fajitas or burritos every single week since I got pregnant. So week, say 8 until now, 40 weeks. So that's 32 weeks. I've had fajitas or burritos like 4 days a week. And I'm loving it. They're like peppers and onions, and actually I can eat chicken that way. And then we have a little bit of, salsa and wrap it up, and that is so good right now. I cannot tell you how much of that I've been eating. So it's basically been grapefruit juice and fajitas, which is super weird, but I just can't stop wanting it. And like every week when I'm meal planning and I write down fajitas, my husband's like, again? I'm like, yes, again. Because I don't eat half the stuff he eats. So the other things I've been eating a lot of, like I said, cottage cheese. I have been eating 3 of those big containers from Costco about every week or week and a half, because they do get protein. I don't usually eat dairy, but I found that this is something that's bland and I can get it down. That, and I've also been eating spaghetti here and there. So like I said, I am so excited once I get the hang of this like no sleep being a mom thing in about 2 weeks from now. I am so excited to going back to eating normal food, because right now my body doesn't want any of it. I'm hoping that this just goes away after, along with the pelvic pain and all of the other unwanted fun stuff like the leg cramps and all of that. So we will find out. But right now, I mean, it's pretty much fajitas, grapefruit juice, and eggs. It's not that much fun, and it's gross. I'm just so, like, as much as I'm craving it, I'm over it. But that's what's happening for the foods right now. And then lastly, for exercise. This is something that has changed a lot, but I've kept really strong into. So 2 weeks ago, I went down from 4 days a week in the gym down to 3 days a week in the gym, just because I needed the extra sleep, and getting up at 6 in the morning to be at the gym was really affecting my sleep I got during the day, and knowing that my body's going to be going through something magnificent pretty soon. I'm going to want to be fully rested, and I'm going to wish that I got every night to sleep in. So like I said before, because of all the pelvic joint pain I've been having, I haven't done any leg exercises in almost 6 months, which is super weird. But what I have been doing almost every day is I still use the Peloton app on my phone. And what I will do is I will do a 20-minute spin, which has felt great. I completely forgot I'm pregnant. Nothing hurts. Everything feels amazing. I do 20 minutes of spin, and then I go and do about 30 minutes of weight training. So at this point, I'm pretty much doing shoulders, biceps, triceps, and back. No abs, because I want to make sure that I'm not... You go through this experience when you're pregnant called diastasis recti, where the rectus abdominis muscle, that's your abs, they separate, right, naturally to accommodate the bigger space. So what you don't want to be doing is clenching those muscles while they're out in that position, right? So there's a lot of exercise modifications that actually happen when you're pregnant. And I found a lot of this out when the research that I did, because about 3 years ago, I guess almost before now, I had 5 clients that were pregnant at the same time. So I went and got a bunch of certifications and knowledge and did a lot of research. And so it really had prepared me for now. And going through pregnancy in general, it has taught me so much about what exercises I would include more of. And what I learned right away, get the abs in as soon as you can until your abs start to move apart. Lots of glutes, lots of hamstrings and lots of back, because those are the muscles that start to get tired as your belly grows and as your boobs grow and as you end up sitting a lot more like this. So keeping the back muscles super strong was something that I had learned going through this and would do a slightly differently next time. But I mean, at this point, we went to the gym this morning, did my spin, did my weight training. I'm gonna go on Saturday, her due date, hopefully, and then I think I'm gonna call it quits there, because I cannot imagine being sore going into labor. So I'm gonna just have one nice low-key workout, something super light. I'm only using like 5 and 10 pound dumbbells right now, just keeping my body moving. I notice that when I work out more often, and this applies to when you're not pregnant, I have less muscle cramps in my legs, my body feels better, I generally just am in a better mood, and if I don't work out for a couple days in a row, all my leg cramps will come back. So exercise has been that one thing for me, and going to work and being on my feet for 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours while I train with clients has really helped me, I think, the biggest over everything in this pregnancy, because my eating fell apart. Naturally, I'm just listening to my body at this point. My sleep has been all over the place. My emotions have been all over the place, but the one consistent thing has been my exercise. And I totally credit that for the fact that my weight has stayed in something that I'm really confident with, you know, managing on the other end when I'm ready for that. And that I feel really good about myself and the lack of pain I've been in and my general mood. So that is something, when I do my next pregnancy, if we end up doing that, that'll be something I keep as a focus on. And I'm glad that I kept it all the way up to the end. But that has been pregnancy so far. So we are 2 days out now. 2 days out. I can't even believe it. But yeah, I think that's as much as I could say about the pregnancy. I think the funnest part so far has actually been decorating the nursery. We did film a nursery tour video. I can see if I can find a link to it and drop it in the comments. But I have loved setting up all the fun little baby stuff, like all the little, everything's pink and cute, and like diapers and little wipes and all of the fun little stuff, and it's been just such a blast. One of my favorite thing actually is the pictures up on the wall, and I'll see if I can post some photos too in the comments so that you guys can see. But the nursery has been my favorite part. It used to be my office, but my office is now downstairs in the kitchen. So that is pretty much all I have to, I have to tell you guys about this. I'm out of breath because I still have someone living under my lungs right now. But I think the last thing we'll do right before we jump off today is I will show you the baby bump and what we're looking like at 39 weeks and 5 days right now. So I can see if I can get everything out of the way. So we are, if we can see this, there's the bump right now. We are just almost at due date right now. My belly button has, for the most part, popped out. It's kind of funny looking, but we're almost there. We're almost there. So it's cute. I like it. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I've never felt so confident in my body in my entire life, meaning just like I'm embracing the way things are. Nothing looks the same as it used to. My boobs are covered in veins. My legs they look entirely different. I've got, you know, stretch marks on my boobs now, but like it is one of those things where I've never loved my body more having gone through this. And so I'm so curious to see how it all changes coming through the other end of this and just recognizing this new version of my body that I am growing into. But thank you guys so much for watching. As long as the baby's not here next week, I'll be back next week with our usual content on all the inspirational stuff about health and nutrition and breakthroughs and all of that fun stuff. I hope you guys have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you next time. Take care, and maybe I'll be a mom the next time I jump on here. All right, talk soon. Bye.